Well, what do you know? It's another beautiful Wednesday morning in the Federation of St. Christopher Nevis. And in my salutations, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the many folks in the various time zones out there. Welcome to another presentation of Voices. You're logged on to WINNFM 98.9 on your FM dial. And we are locked and loaded for another episode of Voices. We have in the studio today with us a very special and timely guest. Before we get to all of that, we would have to pause and give credit to our sponsors. So we will hear and see from you on the other side.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
It's TDC for me, TDC for we. Neighbor, partner, your family. The best is yet to come, believe me. Moving forward, moving with. Hey, TDC serve the nation with the best customer experience. TDC, you are the one for we. Happy anniversary.
Together we succeed, building on strong community, pressing on forward to our destiny. One love, one family. Together we succeed. Let the whole world see. Yes, this is 50.
Campari, grapefruit, easy fi we. Brother, he no hard it, easy fi we. Campari, he no cup, easy fi we. Brother, he no hard it, easy fi we. Add the Campari with the grapefruit soda. That easy, bitter had the pre. Simple mixer, easy 1-3. Campari, grapefruit, that easy fi we. If you mix a Campari grapefruit, add 1 part Campari to 3 parts grapefruit soda. Drink at the bar, on the beach, or when a girl reach. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
It's Financial Information Month in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Financial empowerment through education. If you don't know what that is, let me tell you all about it. Learn to spend wisely. Invest to grow your money. Business stability. Step up financially. Help the region's economy. Work to financial security. Prosperity for all of we. FIM is for you and me. FIM is for everybody. So tell your friends and your whole family. Financial empowerment through education. Build yourself and the entire vision. Learn to spend wisely. Invest to grow your money. Business stability. Step up financially. Financial Information Month. Financial empowerment through education.
Well, what do you know? You've heard the jingles, so you know what the theme today is. We want to, at this point, introduce the man of the hour, Mr. Nigel Brown from the ECCB, and he's here to present, inform, and update you on the activities of Financial Information Month. We welcome to the studios, no stranger. Once again, Mr. Nigel Brown, the mic is yours.
Thank you. Good day, Socrates. Thank you for having me today, and thanks to WinFM. It's a pleasure once again to be back here at WinFM, one of our partners in sharing information about this very important month. This is the month of October, Socrates, and as you know, there's lots of things that happen in the month of October. But one of the things that we promote every year is Financial Information Month. And so, as it was dubbed recently by the governor, FIM Festival, Financial Information Month Festival, I'm here today to talk about FIM Festival, Wealth Creation for Financial Resilience. And
Can I interrupt you?
Sure, go right ahead.
You happen to be a very handsome young man. And so the folks out there would like to see you.
Okay.
You're live on camera.
All right.
You don't want to turn your back to your audience, so to speak. So,
all right.
You know, if you're sideways, they catch you, but
No problem.
you were not aware, so just to let you know.
Okay.
Good to go.
Right. So, in terms of Financial Information Month, and we have a nice bag to give away here, Socrates.
Giveaways today.
Yes. I hope folks are paying attention, because at the end we'll have a little quiz to see how much you learned. But it's important for folks to know what Financial Information Month is about, or what is this film festival here. And essentially, what it is the Financial Information Month Festival. It's a regional financial, economic, business, and entrepreneurial education campaign. And this is executed in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. For those of you who was wondering, what is that? That is the 8 countries that the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank monitors or regulates. And so that stretches from Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So these 8 countries, they are celebrating Financial Information Month this month. And this began since 2002 through the collaborative efforts of the ECCB, along with member governments in those 8 countries, financial and academic institutions, the media, like WINNFM and others, other private and public sector institutions, and community-based groups. So these are all components of Financial Information Month. So it's not just an ECCB thing. It's ECCB along with all these other partners sharing the information about financial information. Very important topic.
I have a number of questions here, but I'm going to have you take the lead because you're a bit first. But as you said, there'll be a quiz at the end of it. So I hope the viewers and listeners out there are paying attention. It's very important to be versed in these matters. But of course, this is an update. Mr. Brown is here to take us through the various segments of the program for the month. Right?
Right.
So your next question is, why is FIM important?
Mm-hmm. Right. Good question. Why is Financial Information Month important? It's important because the people of our region needs to be able to develop a financially sound background and knowledge of money matters. Money makes things happen. Money is very important. And so the Financial Information Month Festival, it includes a series of initiatives, and these are designed to really achieve the goal of a financially developed and vibrant ECCU region that fosters strong and sustainable economic growth and improve well-being of the citizens. Now, as you know, this is the mandate. This is one of the mandates of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank to ensure financial stability in our region. And so it's important for people to know important matters relating to money, like savings, investing, and budgeting, and all these things are discussed when we have Financial Information Month. This year, Socrates, the focus is on wealth creation for financial resilience. And so while we have an overarching theme, which we use every year, which is financial empowerment through education. Those of you who are listening to the song, you would hear that coming out, financial empowerment through education. That is the overarching theme of FIM every year. That's the tagline. And then each year now we have a focus, a specific focus of that overarching theme. And so this year, the focus is wealth creation for financial resilience.
Okay. It's October Financial Information Month, and we're on the 11th day. Mm-hmm. So my question to you, what are the programs have been implemented already?
Right. Good question. Now, for this month, we have some activities that have already begun, and we still have some more to go. And so for those of you who perhaps witnessed the parade that took place on the 29th of September, we started with that. It was the Building Awareness for Change Parade, and that happened on the 29th of September to launch the activities that are taking place in October. And what that was essentially, Socrates, was all the different groups who have events in October came together to promote what they were doing. And that parade ended up at climax in the Independence Square. And so this was spearheaded by the Ministry of Education, along with Essence of Hope, and a couple other institutions came together. So we were a part of it as well. We were invited to be a part of that, and so we gathered our partners, and we were on board, and we were a part of that Building Awareness for Change parade, which climaxed in the Independence Square. And then on our agenda for this month, we've got preschool engagement.
Very important.
We started very early. Yeah.
Very important.
Last year, we did this for the first time, Socrates. We have always been in the secondary schools, but we've never gone to the preschools. And when we did this last year, the response was overwhelming. And so it is now on our agenda, preschool engagement, where we, on the 12th of October, that is tomorrow, okay, a team will be visiting the preschool to share the information, very simple, in their little down-to-earth language. You know, we won't use the big words like investment and and that sort of thing. But
you're talking piggy bank?
That's it. And we have some little piggy banks as well, yeah. So we want to teach them the simple principles about saving. Yes.
Money
and
management.
How to manage, how to spend.
Stage.
Yes, at a very early stage. You know, when your mom give you some money, you could, even if you buy a candy, with a portion of it, you save up the other one in your piggy bank. So when you need something important, you can get it. And so we're going into the preschools with this message on the 12th of October. We also have the secondary schools that we visit throughout the month. Last year and the years before, well, not last year because I think we were still in the COVID period, but for a couple of years back, we had a treasure hunt, which was a hit among the secondary schools. We would have the secondary schools come together in the Independence Square, and then they would hunt around Basti for financial institutions that are a part of FIM. And it was a learning process in that they would discover these institutions, and they would find out about them, what they do, and they were a part of the whole FIM package. And
that awareness can only help.
That's good.
That stage,
exactly,
getting them involved, engaged, is so very important for future development.
Yep. And that was a staple for a couple of years, but then the COVID came in, and we had to curb that a bit, and so we're hoping to bring that back next year going forward, and have it a little more creative in a different style, because by now a lot of the secondary students, they are fully aware of the partners that we have on board. And so for this year, we are simply visiting the schools and sharing with them the information so that they are sensitized and they would know what is happening. And so we've already visited 2 of the high schools. We have another couple of them on board. And so during the entire month, we will be going into the schools during the assembly time and sharing the information. And then we have the weekly radio programs like this one. Okay. Folks out there listening.
Really? Okay. Weekly throughout the year, or just
no,
during the month?
just throughout the month.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've tapped into all the radio stations, WINNFM including, and we have different partners now coming in and sharing. And so today is just basically sharing information. The next time somebody comes to represent FIM, it will be another one of our partners, and they will be sharing information and talking about the services and products that they provide to the general public. And then we have a televised mini lecture on ZIZ television on the last day of this month, 31st of October.
31st October.
So that's our lineup.
Can I make a suggestion as it relates to the schools?
Sure.
Why not have a inter-school calypso competition on the topic?
Okay, good. Interesting.
And give a trophy to the winning school. I'm all about pushing calypso, but this is a beautiful platform.
Right.
Have the students, because they will have to do the research and present. It's competitive, but it's informative and instructive. Have them at that level, an inter-school calypso competition in October for next year.
All right.
I won't charge you for that.
Okay.
We're talking finance.
And if you need any assistance, we have your go.
I think that it's a good platform to further educate
Right.
people, but from that level, having another level of activity.
Right.
By
And
having
you have the
inter-school-
entertainment part of
yes,
it as well.
There you go.
Yep. Okay.
There you go.
Good. Thanks for that, Socrates. Right. And so, in the past, as we were talking about initiatives, in the past we have had a variety of events like financial fairs. In the square, that is is a staple as well. We're not having it this year, but a couple of years back, and we would meet together, all our partners in the square, and we would promote the various things. So it'll be a festive atmosphere there, and we cater for all members of the family. We have had walkathons, we have had business symposium, we have had school competitions as well, Socrates, but now you mentioned we haven't had a calypso competition.
Yep.
So, and we have had charity outreach where we go around the island and reaching out to the elderly and those who are in need. So business partners, and this is all business partners coming together to share in these activities, financial workshops, panel discussions, and so these are some of the activities we have had in the past, and we will continue to sensitize the public as we go forward. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna. How are you, sir, over there? Are we the first station break at the moment? Just to give kudos to our sponsors and give Mr. Brown a breather, because you've come with a package of things to offload, and it's very important. The next question when we return from the break would be, why should you be part of Financial Information Month?
Mm-hmm.
And then remember, folks, that there'll be a quiz at the end of this presentation, so be prepared to answer. It means you have got to pay attention. There are giveaways here for the audience, the viewing audience. So when we open the lines, be prepared to engage Mr. Brown and give your answers to the question that will be asked, okay? We take it downtown.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. We want your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me. Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
It's Financial Information Month in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Financial empowerment through education. If you don't know what that is, let me tell you all about it. Learn to spend wisely. Invest to grow your money. Business stability. Step up financially. Help build the region's economy. Work to financial security. Prosperity for all of we. FIM is for you and me. FIM is for everybody. So tell your friends and your whole family. Financial empowerment through education. Build yourself and the entire region. Learn to spend wisely. Invest to grow your money. Business stability. Step up financially. Financial Information Month. Financial empowerment through education.
At 18 minutes past the hour, welcome back to the studios of WINNFM 98.9. We've got with us in the studio Mr. Nigel Brown. He's a Corporate Relations Officer from the ECCCB. And today he's presenting, my apologies, my voice is a bit compromised. I got something stuck in my throat for days now. Yeah. Anyway, he's presenting on the Financial Information Month, which is the entire month of October, bringing us up to date on the programs implemented so far and what's to come. And there's information sharing at the end of which there'll be a quiz, so please pay attention. We're at the point of asking the question, why should you be part of FIM, Mr. Brown?
Yes. FIM is it's it can only be successful when you have all these partners who bring the activities to life and promote the message of FIM. And so they are partners in each ECCB member country. And what they do, they get together to design country-specific programs. And so of the 8 countries I mentioned, you have FIM happening in Anguilla, in Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, so forth. They have their own specific programs. But it's important to make FIM Festival a reality, and that calls for every one of us, because you see, money affects all of us. Money matters affects all of us, and so it's important that everybody be a part of the FIM Festival.
Okay. In these sessions, currently, do you have programs where you brief the public about the emerging cashless society?
Right. Well, in terms of the Dcash program and all
Yes.
those other things, we have during the rest of the program, we'll have persons sharing on that. So this is just the initial promotion.
Okay.
Right.
Because there are lots of folks up there. It's hard to embrace change when you're setting your ways for decades and a whole lifetime. So that information is so vitally important, and it has to be timely, because people like me with my gray beard have no idea how to access. I just said decashing, so I'm appreciative of the fact that be part of the program.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
And one of the questions, Socrates, that people ask all the time: who is FIM for? FIM is really for everybody. Everybody. The partners we reach a cross section of the society. Students, entrepreneurs, the media, as I said, social and community groups. And right here in St. Kitts, and this is going to be one of the questions coming up, we have a number of partners who are on board. I just would like to shout out, and just a few of them: Kuna Caribbean Insurance, NCI, CIBC First Caribbean, the Bank of Nevis, Nevis Cooperative Credit Union, Nagico, TDC, Social Security, Sagico, Republic Bank, and the list goes on and on and on. And so right here in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis, we have a number of partners who support FIM and promote their goods and the services, what they do under the banner of Financial Information Month. All right.
662-0989, 466-0989, 762-0989 gets you on the program. The lines are open, and your questions are for Mr. Nigel Brown. Please engage. We have a short time, and say time is money. We're talking Financial Information Month, so 662-0989.
All right. So,
466. Yes, go ahead.
I have a one-shot, 3-part package here. I have a goodie bag with all of FIM stuff inside there. If somebody could call in and let me know what year did FIM start, what year did Financial Information Month begin, and if somebody can guess how many financial partners are a part of FIM in St. Kitts and Nevis. And that answer coincides with the year as well. So that's just a hint there. If you can figure out the year, it was mentioned earlier, what year did FIM start? And then if you can tell me how many financial partners are a part of FIM in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so those two answers, they coincide with each other because the figures are basically the same. So and that's a hint there for anybody who's listening.
And that's a grand prize this morning?
Yes.
Okay, Sylvian Henry, good morning. I expect to hear from you and all other, folks out there in the financial community, retired or not. The question has been posed as to what year did the Financial Information Month start and others, and there's some goodies here on the table for anyone who calls and can provide the correct information. Once again, 662-0989, 466-0989, 762-0989 gets you in on the program today. Mr. Brown is waiting. In the meantime, any more information you want to share with us as to what there are some sub-themes here?
Right. And again, here's another one. If somebody could tell me the overall theme of FIM, if you've been listening closely to the song, to the jingle. And again, I have another prize for somebody who can tell me which local artist sang the FIM jingle. Hopefully, a young person out there is listening and they would be familiar with that voice from the jingle that we heard. If you can tell me which local artist sang the FIM jingle and what is the overall theme of FIM. Somebody's got to know that.
Not a question, because that voice is very distinguished and well known, even people like me know the voice. So, yes, it's Win FM 98.9, and we have with us in the studio today Mr. Nigel Brown from the ECCB, and he is speaking here on Financial Information Month. Lots of stuff we discussed already, lots more to be presented to the public as the week continues. But today we are presenting on the topic itself and with lots of information to give it, lots of goodies to give away via the questions asked. If you want to repeat them again, Mr. Brown.
All right, so the question on the floor is, what year did FIM begin? What year did it start? And how many financial partners are a part of FIM in St. Kitts and Nevis? Just St. Kitts and Nevis, because we have all the countries who are part of it, but we just want to know the number. It's a 2-digit number, and it ties in with the first question, what year did FIM start? And there's another one out there. You could tell me the local artists who sang the FIM jingle that you've been hearing, and what is the overall theme of FIM? 4 words.
Okay. We await the public to see.
And
how
while
the
we're
days
waiting, Socrates, just want to let folks know that there's a lot of information on our website. The
wanna
ECCB
share that?
website. Yes, folks can log on to www.eccb-centralbank.org and our Facebook page, which is ECCB Connects. Lots of information. We actually have a Financial Information Month page where you can see what's happening, not just in St. Kitts and Nevis, but across the region in different countries.
Okay. And we're waiting anticipation of who's going to win the big prize. The prizes that are on the table.
Yep, we've got a tote bag, we've got FIM bottle, T-shirt. Yeah, we've got, it's a nice little package here for it.
TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. So what's next after today in terms of your month of activities?
Right, so coming up today, it's tomorrow now. We'll be going into the preschools, and then we'll continue with the
tomorrow?
secondaries. Yeah, tomorrow's preschools visit, and we'll continue with our secondary school visit, and as well as our radio programs. And then we're going to have that big lecture on ZIZ Television, closing out our FIM month of activities.
Must have a pretty active staff because you have a lot of preschools to cover.
Yeah. Well, it's not all of them. We're doing it in stages. So we, as the years increase, then more will come on board. But for those who responded, yeah.
Because I'd feel bad to go home. Mama, they didn't come to me preschool today. They're coming to preschool. But we'll see. Okay. But I've been in conversations where that aspect of getting young persons to start saving, understanding finance,
at
has
an
been
early age,
very impacting
yeah,
on their development. Because lots of us, we don't know how to spend. So they've been taught economics at a very early stage. And we have a comment here from Rosemary Donald. She's up there in New York. What she's saying, lost connection, I will keep trying. So there's time they have challenges. I think the lines are open. 662-0989, 762-0989, 466-0989 gets you in on the program. We're speaking to Mr. Nigel Brown from the ECCB. We're discussing issues that relates to Financial Information Month. And we go straight to the phone lines. Good morning, caller. You're live on Voices. Go to caller, you're live on Voices. Hello there, are you there? Go to caller, you're live on Voices.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Socrates.
Good morning, Sister Sylvian Brown. I did call your name because we talk in your your language.
Child, are you counting? But he tried me off. He said 2 digits. Well, I suppose a 0 in front of the number. You know?
You're talking
Well,
about us?
2010, you know.
No.
Tell me if I'm right there first.
No, you're talking about the year when it started? No. Earlier than that. Earlier than that.
Earlier.
It's earlier than that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But then you say, oh, the same number. But it have to be 20. Let me see. I was working.
Go.
Started 2002.
Yep, you are correct.
And I was working, but you told me off.
Yeah, 2002 it began, and then
Because I remember I won one of those briefcase thing.
okay, yep, it started in 2002, and so what I said, you want to try for the financial partners then. So the answer to that connects with your answer just now. So how many financial partners do we have?
Connect to that.
Yeah,
By now, it should be 22 by now.
that's correct. You're a real statistician. 22.
I know you wouldn't let me down, you know.
Well, you got to give soccer. Oh, and the one about financial information for wealth creation.
You're talking about the overall theme?
Yeah, the one in the song. They just call him the big one, but I forgot his name. From down St. Paul, the Abbey. His name is Socrates.
No, I can't give a hint.
Yeah, man, he sing about you got ornament.
No. You're talking about thunder.
Yeah, he's singing.
No.
They sound very much like thunder.
No.
He said a young.
He's a young one, a young
person,
artist.
Very popular name.
Very popular.
That's a young thunder then. Do I win anything?
Of course. Your bag is right here.
Please do give it to Mr. Socrates. Mr. Socrates, please remember my address.
No
I
problem.
know your address. We're going to cross for you. And congratulations.
No
Congratulations. I called your name first because.
I'm proud of them. I'm proud of Nigel too.
Yes.
All right then.
Thank you so much for
The first caller
participating.
got it right. Except you did say that a younger person would better recognize the name of the artist who
Right.
rendered the song.
Haven't heard from any young person today.
For one, we got a winner. She's on the target.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Brown, you got more giveaways? Ask the question
That's
again.
it. We're out of time,
Out of
actually.
time?
Yeah, but I'd just like to let the folks know in terms of the answer to that one, that's Byron Messiah, who would have done our financial information month jingle. And as we close out the program, you can listen to it again. And the theme is financial empowerment through education.
If I were to guess, I would have said it was the guy who's saying, "Me don't know about you," because there's a similarity in the voice.
In the voice,
So
yeah.
I thought it was him, so I would have gotten it wrong.
Yeah, this one is Byron Messiah.
Okay, we want to thank you, Mr. Brown, for coming into the airways of Win FM and, of course, presenting on the topic of Financial Information Month. I'm glad that even though we didn't get a lot of calls, we had but one call, people were able to be edified with what you presented. You spoke about the other programs that went before and what's to come. So financial information awareness is very important. We want to thank you for doing that human service and coming to the studios of Win FM to use that platform. Okay, given a chance in the future, we're here to assist.
And thank you for having me.
Right? In the meantime, we go downtown one more time, and we expect another guest momentarily. So in the meantime, we give credit to our sponsors. Thank you.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Magnum. Take charge, take charge, take charge, take charge, take charge, take. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, let me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum and when me have in a me hand there. Here a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink responsibly.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
Once again, to our viewers and listeners, good morning. Welcome back to the studios of WINNFM 98.9. We had with us shortly Mr. Nigel Brown from the ECCB presenting on Financial Information Month. And we have in the studios a Mr. David Pell, is it?
Yes, sir.
And I've known this man for most of my life, and I've been here for quite a while. And I can tell you a whole lot about him. Very complimentary, very respectful gentleman. He happened to be candidate in the last election. He ran on a particular ticket. We're going to have him speak to you more about himself. But I want to say good morning to Rosemary, Petra, Amber, all the folks up there. My friend, I'm having to see them all. Bridges. Mr. Bridgewater, up there, wherever you are. Mr. Monish. All the folks who make the program work, welcome to another beautiful day and to the airways of WINNFM 98.9. Mr. Pell, welcome once again to the studios. The last time we spoke was during the elections.
Yes, sir.
We had lots of hopes and ambitions and things didn't quite work out, but you look hale and hearty, not perturbed at all. The mic is yours.
Greetings to everyone. I greet you with peace and with the blessings of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I must say thank you for having me once again, King Socrates in the studio of WINNFM. I just want to shout up some greetings to Constituency 7 as well, and as a matter of fact to the entire nation and the diaspora of St. Kitts and Nevis.
There you go.
I was trying to get in for the longest while to let persons know more about me. During the election, there was a brief thing. I used to be a police officer for a number of years, and I had a number of training in the, let's say, policing and military stuff like that. Yeah. I'm also a black belt in Taekwondo for a number of years. I'm actually a 5th degree black belt.
That discipline?
Yes, sir. Wow. I used to be a scout as well. And so it gave me that opportunity to shed light on a number of things. But all my years, I always want to find out the history of St. Kitts and Nevis. One, from a political point of view, and actually the country itself. So that is what I'm here for this morning. I was trying to get in
already, but let's go.
I was trying to get in to talk to during the national heroes and independence, because there was a lot surrounding that whole thing as to who the father and everything was. But I want our listeners to realize St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla were not always one state or one nation. They were separate. And they came into being, I think, was 18. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that just now because I don't want to get the dates wrong.
I think 100 years before independence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I have all this information here. So what I want us to know is to go back because, there are a lot of us who are more familiar with, let's say, the first president of the United States. However, I want us to realize that before we became St. Kitts and Nevis, I'm going to go back to 1967. In 1967, we were under governorship. Right?
Colonial Union.
Right, under the colonial system. And therefore, the first governor was Sir Frederick Albert Phillips.
Correct.
He was actually a Kittitian. He was actually a politician.
Correct.
And a jurist who served as the first black governor of St. Kitts Nevis in Anguilla. So that is just something for us to learn. You could get this information online as well, but I
actually have it, but it's for the wider population because it's actually on my phone.
Okay.
Because a few months ago I went up to GH and took the portraits of all the governors, the tenure they served, etc., etc. So you're correct now. So Fred Philip being the first black.
Right, and you see, because all my years, there are persons who are older than I am who may not be familiar with this, persons who are older as I am, who will not be familiar, and persons younger. And what actually drew me to this was a 5-year-old who said the Prime Minister visited him and they were talking about national heroes, and he know that there's a living one and he would like to meet him, which is Sir Kennedy Simmons. So I said, you know what? As a martial artist, a master, there's always a saying, any new student come to your school, if you're a good master, you should be learning from that person. So I learned something from him. And I decided we're going to try to get our public to be familiar with these things. So we had Sir Fred Phillips from 1967 to 1969. And then 1969 to 1975 was Sir Milton Punterville Allen.
Allen, yes.
He also was a Kittitian.
That is correct.
He was a journalist and a politician before appointed governor. Our third governor, 1975 to 1980, was Sir Probin Ellsworth Innes, also Kittitian.
Yes.
And everybody know about Sir Probin Innes. And then we had our fourth governor, which was our last governor, which was Sir Clement Arundel from 1981 to 1983. Because in that period, 1980 to 1981, you had St. Kitts Nevis, because Anguilla separated in 1980, the ending part of 1980. So therefore, we no longer had St. Kitts Nevis and Anguilla. We just had St. Kitts.
Was it in 1980 they separated? Is that officially? 6 or 7?
No. They were still.
They were still a part of it?
Right, they were still a part of it, officially.
So it was in 1980 when Governor Innes didn't sign that document that they are officially separated?
Right. So actually from 1980 to 81, you had Sir Clement Arundel in between there, right? But then what happened, you had, Sir Probin Innes.
Sir Probin Innes.
Right. So therefore, St. Kitts Nevis actually was Probin Innes first thing. And then you had Sir Clement Arundel, who came in from 1981 to 1983. Right? Because actually, Nevis and St. Kitts were just there by themselves now. And then we had 1983 to 1995, which was Sir Clement Arundel as well. Because remember, he became our first Governor General in 1983. So he was our last governor, but our first Governor General. And now, so that is just for persons to understand how a political system worked. Then I want to go into, let's say, for example, we had chief ministers. And a lot of people may not realize that our first premier was Caleb Azariah Paul Southwell.
Was he the first chief minister?
Chief minister.
Yes.
From 1960 to 1966. And then Llewellyn Bratcher was the second from 1966 to 1967.
When he returned from Trinidad, he was the Minister of Finance during the attempt at the Federation.
And then the first premier was Sir Robert Llewellyn Bratcher from 1967 to 1978.
That is correct.
And then Caleb Azariah Parsacre was from 1978 to 1979.
A short year.
And then there's another gentleman who a lot of people do not talk about much, Limo. Lee Llewellyn Moore was premier from 1979 to 1980. Now, the reason why I bring this up, because this is our history. And I do not think it is correct to exclude anyone who played a part in our history. And I discovered that over the years, for whatever reason, I mean, I'm into politics now, but depends sides, they leave out certain people. And I want to bring certain changes where our history in its entirety should be told to our young people. And even to persons who are my age and older, because it is our history, it's our country history. We shouldn't leave anything out. And if you look carefully, there are some countries, it doesn't matter what that leader did or didn't do. They always mention them. And I think we have been shortchanged over the years. And I want to bring some change to that.
As you said, we've been shortchanged over the years, and we justifiably accuse our former enslavers of teaching us selective history. But here it is. in a country where we have total control, we are deliberately teaching our younger ones selective history for political reasons. So I'm happy that you're here to correct as much of that as possible.
Right. You see, because, like I said, I was inspired by this youngster. And these young persons, if we are trying to live, as we say, is the future. But also, we are the present. And if we don't take care of the present, we do not know what the future is going to bring.
Misinformed.
So we have to make sure to take care of the present because we are here now to prepare the future. And then we would realize we had 4 premiers. However, during the process, I will hope I get a chance to come back and discuss this because I'm
4
just
premiers.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm just
Yes,
going
yes,
through them.
yes.
Because
Dr. Simmons was the last premier.
right.
Okay.
But he was, put it this way, Llewellyn Blatcher was the premier of St. Kitts Nevis and Anguilla. So was Paul Southwell. No, premier.
Yeah.
But remember, Llewellyn Limo went inside when actually we were coming out of,
That
you could say,
colonial
that
union.
tree thing.
Uh-huh.
So if you will look at it, because the talk or the question was who was actually the true father of independence. So you realize they were no longer saying it's Nevis and Anguilla when that. No, all these gentlemen fought for the freedom or the independence of St. Kitts Nevis. However, that is why you're going to come back. I would like to come back later. Or maybe someone might even address it. But coming out to come independence, remember, it was not, let's say,
it was a no construct.
yeah, but not only that. The fight for independence was not necessary for St. Kitts Nevis and Anguilla, but it was for St. Kitts and Nevis. However, Nevis itself didn't want to come. We have to remember that.
I know that.
So the fight would have been, if we would have independence, it might have just been an independent St. Kitts. That's why it's going to come back. I just want to get the history. So we want to get it straight. I want to get it straight so people could understand too, so they could understand. So Kennedy Simmons, the oldest living national hero, should also get some recognition daily because he's a national hero, you could somewhat say he belongs to the nation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And therefore, he's alive now. Why wait until he's gone to talk about him and say, he's here, we could always touch base with him, get his insight. And the reason why I say this, and sometimes I touch base with, older persons, because we have a lot to learn from persons who are older than us. If you don't believe me, check it from the Bible. The Bible says what about older persons and what about younger persons. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding come by experience, come by time. By your personal experience or experience of others. And therefore, we should try to touch base with him while he's here, because there's some information we can get from him. But at the same time, it is very important for our young children and even us, some of us who might have never met him, to meet our living hero, Dr. Kennedy Simmons. And while I'm talking about it, I just want to encourage our education ministry, even our Prime Minister. I'm aware that there's some schools who would have done it independently, but I don't have a problem in going with Dr. Kennedy Simmons to be his bodyguard. I don't have no problem with that, because he's our national hero.
To the schools.
To the schools. Let our children meet him. Let our college people meet him.
That is so
Hear
important.
his voice. Hear his voice. Because you know what? We only have one national hero in Dr. Kennedy Simmons once. It doesn't matter how much we have
Yet
after.
living.
And he is the person who was instrumental, along with his team, to bring an independent St. Kitts and Nevis into being. So you realize when Limo came,
I have to pause. We have to pause at this moment to give credit to sponsors. But we're going to be back, and I'm happy that you return after that minute break for us to continue. So, Mr. Sergeant, take us down, please.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
Yes?
Jean,
Body space hot, boy. I can't take it.
well, it's a good thing I called. The TDC Home and Building Depots are having their Cool 'em Down sale, and you're sure to get 25% discount on fans, AC units, coolers, fridges, and more to beat this heat.
Girl, Betty, you're making joke.
No, store, girl. Stop sweating and let's go to the store now.
Come pick me up, because may want to miss the sale at TDC Home and Building Depot.
Cool. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Campari grapefruit, easy for we. Brother, he no hard it, easy for we. Campari, he no cup, easy for we. Brother, he no hard it, easy for we. Add the Campari with the grapefruit soda. That easy, bitter had the pre. Simple mixer, easy 1-3. Campari grapefruit, that easy for we.
To mix a Campari grapefruit, add 1 part Campari to 3 parts grapefruit soda. Drink at the bar, on the beach, or when a girl reach. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
10 minutes moving up to the midday hour when we break for the midday newscast. We are here with Mr. David Peller, and he's educating or re-educating the nation and the wider listenership to some extent about the history of St. Kitts Nevis as it relates to our political leaders. Mr. Peller.
Yes, sir, and it's the reason why it's important to me. I'm into politics now, and I want to make sure I am upfront with persons to let them know I understand what the political system is all about. And therefore, you realize Dr. Kennedy Simmons was the last premier of St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla, but the first premier of St. Kitts and Nevis. Let's get that straight. So therefore, you realize now, the person who now had the battle to bring in an independent St. Kitts and Nevis was Dr. Kennedy Simmons and his team, because there was no more Anguilla. Anguilla stayed with the British. So that is something we have to realize. So the point I'm getting at here is to realize how everything went, so we could understand when we look at it. The person who actually fought more for independence for St. Kitts and Nevis was Dr. Kennedy Simmons. And recognition and acknowledgement must be duly given. Him and his team. You're old enough, so you will know some of the persons who were the team. Like I said, time is not enough to get that sorted out.
Of course.
And therefore you realize from an independence, from a statehood, a state of St. Kitts and Nevis, we now had Dr. Kennedy Simmons became the first prime minister of an independent St. Kitts and Nevis. So you see the difference what I'm trying to bring. He was the last premier of St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla. And it's because of the little controversies in between there with the others. And even there was an agreement had to be made for Nevis to come with the
Clause 113.
Right. And some persons would think, and that is why I said the persons who are alive now, we should touch base with them to find out the significance of that, because it's a similar clause to, let's say, with Scotland, right? And those things with the, no, I think it was Northern Ireland.
Clause 113 was
like a one-time
accommodation.
Thing. Right, so some persons are saying it was a one-time thing. So if it doesn't come out after a while, you could have it, but it's there still.
It was accommodation because the divisions were very worried about going into independence with anything with St. Kitts. They said that in letters to Premier Bradshaw in his early attempts to get them, and they said no way. So in order for them to come to the table and sit and negotiate to go forward under Dr. Simmons' administration, they guaranteed a way out if things didn't work out in their favor. So Clause 113 was given to them that up to 18 months after attaining independence, if they weren't happy, that 18 months to withdraw.
Right. So
people complained, oh, you should give them out, but that was the condition. We don't want to be locked into any arrangement that we don't like. It may backfire, so he says, okay, here's your backdoor Clause 113.
Right. So we could come back and we could discuss that clause. Okay. So I just want to give a history so people could understand is that there was never a fight for the independence of St. Kitts and the Nevis and Anguilla after it was done, right? After it pulled away. So it was just St. Kitts Nevis where we had our first Prime Minister, Dr. Kennedy Simmons. And he fought well. And like as you said, even Nevis was at risk of not becoming an independent country with St. Kitts and Nevis. So it would have been just with St. Kitts alone if it was not for that clause. Then our second Prime Minister from 1995 to 2015 was Dr. Denzel Douglas. Then we had our third Prime Minister, Dr. Timothy Harris, from 2015 to 2022. And we have our present Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Jew. Now, all those persons, everyone who get in politics, one way or the other, they would have played an important part in the development or the advancement in our country because government only facilitate. It takes the persons like you and me and businesses to actually advance our country structurally because government.
That's correct.
If you leave it up to government, that means we no longer have a democracy. I mean, the government is doing everything. And because we are a democracy, government facilitate. And this facilitation should be easy for persons, especially nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis who want to do business, to get it done sort of, to develop our country. So, my friend and my listeners, that was just a brief history so we could understand that Dr. Kennedy Simmons should be given his due recognition. Even Mr. Samuel Daniel, because these are the persons who were there to discuss bringing St. Kitts and Nevis into independence.
The two main architects.
Right.
Well, I said there was a structure or not person who helped, but in terms of the person who went forward and signed that document to create
Right.
an independent nation.
And, there are other things that could be said, but I just want our persons to understand that there was a time when the risk of having an independent St. Kitts and Nevis was strong. It was there. It nearly didn't happen. It was nearly St. Kitts go by itself as an independent state. So that is why I'm saying, when we have to examine it, we'll know now who exactly
is
the actual
true
father
of
of an independent St. Kitts and Nevis. And therefore, I will call again, I'll repeat it again before, like I mentioned before the break, that our Ministry of Education, our Prime Minister, even our schools, be it public or private, call upon the Ministry of Education, or even if you can do it by yourself based on the mandate you have as a school, invite Sir Kennedy Simmons, because we only have him here once. Let him come, let him talk to the students. This could be history. Take photos with him. There are many nations, presidents, kings and queens, so people want to take pictures to have this for a lifetime. Let us have our children get that opportunity. Put politics aside, because Dr. Kennedy Simmons now as a national hero is a national hero of St. Kitts and the Nevis. Just like how we have the national anthem belongs to St. Kitts and Nevis, the flag, the bird, the flower, the dish, and all these things, he belongs to St. Kitts and Nevis. So let us take care of him. Like I said, I have no problem if the persons who normally go with him cannot go. I will volunteer myself to go with our national hero, Dr. Kennedy Simmons, to these schools, to the college, even to Ross University, persons who want to know our national hero. This is our hero.
Mm-hmm.
This is our symbol. He belongs to us. And we should make sure people know who he is. Do not wait until he's gone. Because we will never be able to talk with him, and he will never be able to talk with us, because there are certain things he might be able to talk to us about, share with us, that will not be able to happen when he's gone. So, my friend Socrates and my good listeners, I just wanted to share that with us. We could think about it, we could ponder it, and I will come back and talk some more. But also, there are some pressing issues right now. We're now at our 23rd murder for the year. It is sad. As a politician, as a former police officer, as somebody who believes in peace, I believe in Jesus Christ, as somebody who in martial arts, who talk to my students about being peaceful and so forth.
And disciplined.
Right, I'm calling our people. We can resolve these situations peacefully. And I'm also calling on our police officers, because when I used to be a police officer, I had a technique that I used to use that someone made me get scared and all. I know when you work. Now he asked me a question. You work last night? I said, why? I was hesitant, because, the security sense popped in. He said, I know when you work. I said, why you say that? Anytime you work, nothing happened.
In terms of criminality?
Crime.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a method, I get threatened to be charged on all kind of things because of the method I used to use to prevent crime.
Interesting.
Okay, and I try to get that out to persons to use. Also, I heard of the debate with the young persons, and they talk about police officers, they should be properly trained. But I must say, the police in St. Kitts and Nevis get a lot of training. And you should know over the years the amount of training. I used to be an instructor at the police training school as well.
I know that.
And I went away on human rights law course training as I was taught at the police training school to teach that. And there are a lot of things that was changed in how the police approach people. But what I want us to know, if there are any issues with the police, and some persons might have issues
You
with
got
the
about 30
teachers.
seconds before we break, so.
Okay. We have to remember, each of these persons came from society. So if there's an issue with them, then we have to look at ourselves. Because the problem
What
may
is
not
society?
lie with just those people. They came from society. So even if they go to the police and the teachers training and all these places for training, they still come from society, and they're going to go back into society because that's where they live. So therefore, it is we as a society have to change. If we do not, if we do not change, all these crimes that we are crying out for will happen. So let us say today, the change to prevent and to reduce crime start with me.
On that
Everyone
note,
should say
on that note, we do have to pause to honor the Win FM's midday newscast. Mr. Pell, I'll be happy to entertain you after. So in the meantime, to our viewers and listeners, we pause for the news break. We will be back after.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness. It's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoy the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
With the WINNFM Midday News, I am Kevon Brown. Our top stories: St. Kitts Tourism Authority reports efforts of continued expansion and rise in demand for St. Kitts as a prime tourist destination. United Nations Security Council approves multinational police force to Haiti. UN high officials report on the Caribbean territory's dire situation. Now the details. Days into the start of the tourism season, the Federation has had the first of an expected 18 inaugural calls to Port Zante Bastille. On October 6th, the St. Kitts Tourism Authority welcomed the inaugural cruise call of the luxury vessel Seabourn Pursuit. Tourism officials have been expressing high energy and expectation for the 2023-2024 tourist season, with the work the Tourism Ministry and the St. Kitts Tourism Authority SKTA have been doing since the close of the last season in April 2023, pushing the Venture Deeper campaign in various source markets. According to the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, St. Kitts is expected to cement itself as a prime tourist destination because of the 14% system-wide increase in airlift for the winter season. JetBlue starting year-round service from New York JFK to St. Kitts starting November 2nd, 2023 will, quote, offer seamless travel experiences to and from New York, opening up new avenues for tourism and trade opportunities 3 times weekly on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, end quote. Additionally, a St. Kitts delegation with Tourism Minister the Honorable Marsha Henderson at the helm hosted a series of marketing initiatives and meetings with airline partners, media, and travel agents in Canada, which included a group of over 40 prominent influencers, media, and travel agencies. The St. Kitts Tourism Authority also reported that, quote, Air Canada has experienced an impressive increase of up to 66% with the introduction of 2 weekly flights on Fridays and Saturdays, end quote. Amid the work the authority has been doing to drive more people to the shores of St. Kitts, the St. Kitts Tourism Authority is also celebrating 20 years of tourism-focused work for the island. Candace Kimmel, President of Adams Unlimited, Public Relations Representative for the United States and Canada for St. Kitts and a tourism stalwart, ran through a brief history of the work that has been done to market the destination in those key markets and expressed congratulations to the SKTA on the work done and that continues to be done in pushing the tourism product.
We came to work with the St. Kitts Tourism Authority in December of 2003 as the public relations representative for the United States and Canada. Those early years, 2004 and 2005, were building years for the authority, and everyone's responsibilities were increasing. In very short order, our responsibilities increased to include marketing planning, crisis communication, airlift development, airline co-op advertising, marketing research, database management, and data analytics. Currently, I am serving as the Airlift and Strategic Data Consultant. As you can well imagine, in 20 years, I have so many memories and so many stories that I would love to share. The first was the first time someone said to me, "Welcome home," when I returned to Island. I guess it was then that it really hit me that the warm, caring, compassionate nature of the Kittitian people was deep-seated, and it was so genuine. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my congratulations to the St. Kitts Tourism Authority for their dedication to carefully and sustainably planning tourism growth here on the island to benefit the citizens and residents of St. Kitts. Congratulations on 20 years of extraordinary achievements and accomplishments. And here's to 2 more decades of continued excellence.
The island is expected to see 342 cruise calls during the season, including 18 inaugural calls and a total passenger capacity of 857,488 for the 2023-2024 cruise season. On the Nevis front, the sister island was recognized recently as the 6th best island in the Caribbean by Condé Nast Traveler, with 3 of its resorts listed among the best in the Caribbean. Paradise Beach Nevis was number 6, Montpelier Plantation and Beach at number 21, and the Four Seasons Resort Nevis at number 30. A report from the United Nations Secretary General in response to the Security Council Resolution 2563 said that the multifaceted crisis in Haiti, gang violence at its center, has deepened since the establishment of the Haiti sanctions regime. The United Nations reported that gang-related violence continues to escalate and spread, exposing the Haitian people to extreme and systematic violence, with some emphasis on the pervasiveness of rape and other acts of sexual violence. During a United Nations briefing in September, Stéphane Dujarric, spokesperson for the Secretary General, expressed more details from Gutierrez, saying,
Well, 80% of criminal acts reported to the National Police were committed in the Port-au-Prince area. Gang activities have also expanded to other regions of the country, particularly in the Artibonite Valley, Gonaïves, and Cape Haitian areas. Between October of last year and June of this year, close to 2,800 intentional homicides were recorded. The number of kidnappings for ransom has also increased, with reports of nearly 1,500 cases. National institutions, including the judiciary, the National Police, and the correction services, have taken steps to address the situation on the ground, but remain ill-equipped to fulfill their mandates and reestablish the rule of law. Corruption and impunity continues to undermine trust in state institutions, the Secretary General writes, adding that stabilizing the security situation in Haiti will require significant international support, not only to national police to restore security, but also in the areas of corrections, the justice system, customs control, and border management. This support needs to be matched by equally significant political will and commitment to securing adequate, predictable, and sustained financing to preserve institutional gains made in the long term.
The High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, called for a multinational security support mission to help the Haitian National Police out of the security crisis, which has permeated all levels of society and worsened a dire security and human rights crisis. The High Commissioner's report on the human rights situation in Haiti stresses that deploying a multinational security support mission is essential to assist the national police in tackling organized crime, armed gangs, and international trafficking in arms, drugs, and people. The United Nations Security Council approved the multinational force to assist in Haiti. The 15-member council voted in favor on October 2nd, with 13 approving a Kenya-led mission to Haiti. Russia and China abstained, citing fears over Haiti's troubled history with foreign involvement. Kenya in July volunteered to lead an international force to Haiti with a deployment of 1,000 police officers to help train and assist Haitian police. Jamaica, the Bahamas, Barbados, and Antigua and Barbuda have also pledged to assist the multinational police force. The multinational police force led by Kenya was expected in Haiti by January 2024. Kenya recently announced that their troops are ready to be deployed. On October 4th, the Kenyan opposition lawmakers demanded that the proposal for law enforcement deployment to Haiti be first approved by Parliament. The calls by the opposition lawmakers could affect the peacekeeping forces deployment timeline of January 2024. Belize's National Defense Minister, Florencio Marin, recently said that at least 50 Belizean soldiers and Coast Guards would be deployed as the country's representatives to join the Kenya-led United Nations security mission to Haiti. According to the Associated Press, quote, the matter would likely be tabled to a joint committee that includes the National Security Committee before going to Parliament for approval. Reports suggested that Kenyan lawmakers have halted the police deployment and restrained the National Assembly from considering the matter pending further direction on October 24th. According to the United Nations International Organization of Migration, IOM, Displaced Tracking Matrix, quote, nearly 200,000 people are now internally displaced in Haiti, of which roughly 70,000 find themselves in inadequate and precarious spontaneous settlements and collective centers. 31,000 are sleeping in the open air and 34,000 are crammed into classrooms, end quote. Migration to escape the depth of turmoil experienced in Haiti is an option many have chosen. Many Caribbean islands, including St. Kitts and Nevis, the Bahamas, Antigua and Barbuda, and more, have had influxes of illegal migrants from Haiti who have been repatriated. The IOM reports that, quote, over 115,000 Haitians have been forcibly returned from neighboring countries in 2023. IOM data shows that nearly 22% of those repatriated were previously displaced within Haiti, highlighting the need for sustainable long-term solutions to internal displacement, end quote. In regional news,
Chief Education Officer Saddam Hussein today told the Mahdia Commission of Inquiry that the Region 8 Regional Education Officer Anessa Douglas was reassigned after it was found that she failed to submit a report to the Education Ministry on a fire inspection that was done at the Mahdia secondary dorms 3 months before the deadly fire which claimed the lives of 20 children back in May. The report, which was compiled by the officer in charge of the Mahdia Fire Station and submitted to the Chief Fire Officer on the 7th of February, was reportedly copied to the then Regional Education Officer. It identified the urgent need for fire detectors and fire extinguishers to be installed in the dorms, as well as the need for the grills to be removed from the windows of the dorms. As he took the witness box today, the Chief Education Officer told the Commission of Inquiry that upon receiving the report, Douglas should have forwarded a copy to the Deputy Chief Education Officer Administration, but that was never done. He said the report never reached his office. But while the Chief Education Officer sought to shift blame, telling the Commission that it is the Ministry of Local Government that has full responsibility for the maintenance of educational institutions and facilities such as dorms in the 10 regions, the counsel to the Commission, Keoma Griffith, pointed out that the UNICEF-funded report, which was submitted to the Education Ministry in May of 2022 and was laid before the Cabinet, also highlighted the same issues more than a year before. Admitting that there was non-compliance with the recommendations outlined in the UNICEF report, the Chief Education Officer, in his more than 2-hour-long testimony, maintained that the Ministry of Education was not aware of the contents of the report submitted by the fire officer. Earlier in his testimony, the Chief Education Officer said the UNICEF-funded report did not identify the need for fire prevention equipment to be installed in the dorms, and noted that the Mahdia dorms were not among the top 5 dorms that required urgent attention.
Based on the very report, which has brought so much debate and contention, that very report says that Mahdia was not one of the top priorities to be addressed. In fact, Mahdia had one issue, and that is with a constant supply of electricity and water. Secondly, in that very report, the conduct of that report involved the stakeholders of that dormitory to give their views on what was needed. The students, male, female, the head teacher of the school, the parent school, the dormitory staff. And in that report you will find that none of them said that there were issues with fire extinguisher and firefighting tools.
But while reading sections of the report, the counsel to the Commission pointed out that the report had clearly outlined the need for fire exit signs to be placed in both dorms, as well as other fire prevention equipment.
It says placement and amount of smoke detectors. 1 smoke detector shall be installed in every room and in corridors. Fire alarm systems, fire extinguishers. As at May 2023, was there a single fire alarm and or smoke detector system installed at the Mahdia dormitory?
I would not know. I don't believe that they were, but I would not specifically know.
Was there a single fire alarm system at the dorms in Mahdia?
Again, I would not know specifically if there was one.
In his ministry's defense, the Chief Education Officer told the Commission of Inquiry that at the time of the report, the national budget was already approved, and the report called for more than $3 billion in repairs and modifications to the school dorms. He said using resources available, the Ministry of Education began to act on that report. He said from 2022 to date, more than $880 million has been expended to upgrade and expand dorms across the country in keeping with the UNICEF-funded report. All the dorms now have fire prevention features, including alarm systems and smoke detectors, as well as fire extinguishers. The Chief Education Officer said in addition to the $882 million, the Education Ministry also spent $79 million to provide critical assistance to those who were affected.
we now bring you these international reports.
French military convoys rolled through the outskirts of Niamey on Tuesday, marking the start of their departure from Niger. Pickup trucks and armoured personnel carriers laden with French troops left bases in southwest Niger as demanded by the country's junta. Sidi Ali was among residents glad to see the soldiers leave.
If the people of Niger as a whole have decided that a particular force should leave, then that force must leave. And that is the will of the people. And the will of the people must always be respected.
This appears to be the final nail in the coffin of France's military ties with its former colony. It's also the latest sign of how France's influence in the region has been diminished following several coups in West Africa. French forces have also been kicked out of neighbouring Mali, Burkina Faso. That's left a hole in international efforts to counter a decade-old insurgency in the Sahel and exacerbated Western fears over Russia's expanding sway in Africa. Also on Tuesday, the United States declared the July takeover in Niger a military coup d'etat, resulting in the official suspension of assistance. US officials said there were, however, no plans to change the US troop presence in the country. Niger's military government has called for the cooperation of citizens as some 1,500 French soldiers leave via road to Chad.
We will watch them as they leave the country in good health and peace, that not a hair on anyone's head be touched by anyone from our country.
It's a long journey through insecure territory. A joint France-Niger withdrawal plan said Niger's military would provide security backup to French troops. The French Foreign Ministry did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Britain's King Charles is expected to acknowledge painful aspects of the UK's history when he visits Kenya at the end of the month. The trip, alongside his wife Camilla, was announced by Buckingham Palace on Wednesday. It's at the invitation of Kenya's President William Ruto and takes place ahead of the East African country celebrating 60 years of independence from Britain. Chris Fitzgerald, the King's Deputy Private Secretary, said aspects of the two countries' shared history would be addressed, including the Mau Mau revolt against British colonial rule. It was brutally crushed, leaving thousands of Kenyans dead. That took place between 1952 and 1960, when Charles's mother was on the throne. This will be the third foreign trip by the royals since Elizabeth II died in September last year, and will be Charles's fourth official visit to Kenya. Fitzgerald said Charles and Camilla would meet Ruto, business executives, United Nations staff, faith leaders, and soldiers.
You were listening to the Midday News on WINNFM 98.9. The headlines? Thank you for listening.
That was the WINNFM Headline News. The Headline News was brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com. When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Found the sound. 98.9 Win FM.
Hurricane season can be unpredictable, but your business doesn't have to be. In the face of adversity, you need a partner that goes above and beyond. Choose the path of resilience and certainty with C&W Business. Through disaster recovery as a strategy solution, C&W Business will safeguard your critical data, maintain seamless communication channels, and help you bounce back faster than ever before. Visit our website, cwcbusiness.com/myopenbusiness to learn more. Remember, a safe business is an open business.
Generally settled atmospheric conditions will prevail across the area over the next 24 hours, during which pockets of low-level moisture embedded in the wind flow could trigger periods of brief showers. Today, partly sunny with a 40% or moderate chance of passing showers. Tonight, partly cloudy with a 40% or moderate chance of passing showers. Sunset today will be at 5:52 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:03 a.m. That's your weather forecast for today, which came to you the kind compliments of CW Business.
Hurricane season can be unpredictable, but your business doesn't have to be. In the face of adversity, you need a partner that goes above and beyond. Choose the path of resilience and certainty with C&W Business. Through disaster recovery as a strategy solution, C&W Business will safeguard your critical data, maintain seamless communication channels, and help you bounce back faster than ever before. Visit our website, cwcbusiness.com/myopenbusiness to learn more. Remember, a safe business is an open business.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
is Riddle That. Holtzman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is again giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars in cashback for free groceries with every hire purchase. We'll be giving back this coupon season. Happening now. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in cashback coupon to all our hire purchase customers this coupon season. Starting now until December 2023, you get absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase at our Horseman's Furniture and Appliances stores on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. So riddle this. Where can you get quality furniture and appliances at great prices with a flexible FlexPlay plan and with absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase? Riddle that. Cashback at Horseman's Furniture and Appliances on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. Riddle this, riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is giving you over $250,000 in cashback and a chance to win free groceries for a year. Riddle that cashback. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back to our viewers and listeners. It's been a rather exciting first half of today's presentation of Voices. My name is Socrates, sitting in for Socrates. And we had this morning Mr. Nigel Brown from the ECCB presenting on the Financial Information Month with a whole lot of information shared with the public. And giveaways ended up being a giveaway. And the questionnaire was up there, and only one person called and got it right. Sylvian Henry. And so I do have your package to deliver to you directly after leaving the program. And then after that, we had Mr. David Pell, former police officer, current politician, candidate for the Unity Party in the last elections. And he was presenting on the history of St. Kitts in terms of the political leaders. He stepped away for an errand. He's going to be back. But in the meantime, for those who follow the morning development, if you want to call in on any aspect of the early presentation, that's fine by me. 662-0989 gets you in on the program. 466-0989 also, and 762-0989. I didn't get to send my salutations out this morning, so to Rosemary, also to Bag of Sugar, and Chris Collins, how you doing up there in Sheffield? Catherine over there in Toronto. Somebody say, you want to call female? Chris Collins is not a female. Doctor, as a leader, is not a female. Bridges, Valentine Monish, all the folks out there that I hear up, they're not females in any. You understand? So we're talking about general people up there. So I say Amber, I say Jennifer, I say Petra, I say Rosemary. Oh. It's just about the folks who are in tune and giving feedback throughout the program. So it's Wednesday, the 11th day of October, and for those who are looking to rehearse with the various band, I'm told that Grandmasters would have started rehearsals from the 9th. Legends, Calypsonians are doing the bandhouse as of Monday. I did say the 15th, but it's going to be Monday because the 15th is a Sunday. We're gearing up to open up the tents on the 5th of November. Next time I sit here, I'll be able to tell as to where. And, the ensuing. So we're going to have Calypso tents. We have a lineup of new Calypsonians, veteran Calypsonians, all getting ready to present the new material for the 2023-2024 National Carnival season. I was unable to attend the Calypso judging workshop because I had an overwhelming lot of work for Calypsonians who are getting their material prepared. But hopefully Those who attended, both judges and Calypsonians, would have learned a lot more about the art form to better give service when they're called to judge the various competition. So there is that. I expect a Calypsonian momentarily to bring his release to give it out to the public. On Monday, I think I'm going to have about 4, 5, 6, 7 songs from the Legends field to present to the public. Also, we have a Calypsonian by the name of The Newcomer. I think his songs would be already on radio, so there are material out there for those who wondering where the Calypsos. Carl Brown, there are songs out there, and we go straight to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices.
Oh, good afternoon, Socrates.
Winner. How are you doing?
Well, I'm a born winner, just can't help it.
Loving it. What's up?
I am too blessed to be stressed.
There you go.
I am calling to send condolences to Mrs. Penny, Sylvia Penny and her family. Her daughter, Georgia, will be buried this afternoon.
Okay.
These are people I grew up with, in the village.
Mm-hmm.
And her husband, Urban Penny, was the deacon in the Antioch Baptist Church, one of the founders of the Baptist Church. They lost two of them, one behind the other. Bishop Kelvin Jones.
Yes.
And Brother Penny, we used to call him.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's quite grievous for the mother. She says sometimes she wake up crying because could you imagine that Joya is the baby that was born after her husband died.
Okay.
She was pregnant with him.
I understand that.
And she was the last one, And so my heart goes out to her and the others. Now I want to give a case. It might be funny. Now, if you... let me use you, because I hope you don't get offended.
Go ahead, Sylvie.
You have a girlfriend, and she says she wants a child.
Mm-hmm.
And both of you work at it,
Mm-hmm.
Biologically, you have your intercourse and so.
Biologically.
And nothing do.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets another boy, another gentleman, a boyfriend. And in short time, she has a baby. Who's the father of the child?
Father biologically or fathering the child?
I said, who is the father of the child?
Biological father.
Because that is the argument that is being made. Somebody tried to do it and they didn't get it done. And so...
The biological father is
somebody
the
did
father.
It and got through.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly, the one who was trying didn't get through is the father.
I understand the point you're making. Dr.
Talking
Simmons...
like Jesus, talking in parables.
In parables. Dr. Simmons is the father of independent St. Nevis. You would have heard Mr. Pell. Yes. You would have, St. Nevis is a nation. You would have heard David Pell earlier. He'll be back.
I heard him.
He will be back.
Mr. Simeon Daniel.
Both of them, yes.
Yeah.
Correctly so.
So sometimes there's a vague argument we have. You carry your cow to the bull. So you're going down to the animal level.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in the village when my father and they have the cow. Buckley's had a bull. Tied in Buckley's yard under a big tamarind tree.
Mm-hmm.
And it serviced the bulls, the
Not
cows
the bulls. Come on.
Of the workers.
Okay, yes.
Sometimes you carry the thing, either the cow ain't like the bull or the bull ain't like the cow.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing doing.
Mm-hmm.
You had to carry to somebody as bull.
Mm-hmm. Nature.
So who is the father of the calf?
The one that served. The one that served. Okay. Got your contribution?
That's my contribution. So that is a puzzle to work out. Who really is the father of the nation?
And 40 years after, Miss Henry, why are we having this conversation? We're not stupid people.
Common sense could tell you could try all the try if you ain't impregnate the woman, you're not the father. I mean, you could be the godfather.
If we're supposed to be politically mature, after 40 years, why are we having this thing? Why are we allowing people to think for us?
Imagine I heard that my good friend Austin Edinburgh, I think he said, we're going to build out the one down in St. Paul's. Now, if we got all that money, because we have a national one,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to build out one in St. Paul's. Why they didn't build St. Paul's primary school?
Good question.
Sometimes we go into the ridiculous, into the And I agree with Mr. Pell. I said it before. Many of the children, well, maybe some of them have seen him now.
They don't
The
know.
man dead because if the 4 are already dead, you assume that the next one is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's alive somewhere, well, he got to be so old he can't move. And I said, take him to the schools and let them see. Nothing political, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that this is our first prime minister. The little children will be glad. They're glad over anybody they see. Even the college gave the students at CBC a chance to question him, you know, as to what his plans were.
That'll be true education.
Yeah, even at CBC, is he built it, you know?
I know. Actually,
You know, the
when they
thing
got
of
in, they
slapping-
changed the contract and changed the whole sidewalk and all the different things.
They build the wall.
Then we built it, something already paid for.
They build the wall, I'm telling you. So when you see, because I've heard some misguided people, well, misinformed, say, is Mr. Brian build the college? I know.
Of course not.
My daughter was in sixth form in Chile, sixth form, I think in 1991. They had this CF, College of Further Education. That's what it was named first, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they were complaining, you know, we don't want to be in Bassett High School yard because the headmaster treating us like little children. So they used to wear, I think, a jean pants and a white T-shirt or something like that. So even though they were there, they began to do the uniform and then they send them up to register.
Mm-hmm.
So people who don't know, even the courthouse, God bless Mr. Limo, but he did not build it.
I recall the water issue there that delayed the construction. There was some kind of spring there.
Yeah, they were pumping.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so they walk around and they slap names and things. And misinformation. Mr. Paul Southwell, I keep saying it. He has not yet received his full recognition.
And
He
you know
was
what?
the one who tried,
He was well beloved by the people.
yeah, past beloved in terms of development of the country.
Mm-hmm.
He was more progressive than the father of the nation, the first Labour father.
Mm-hmm.
He is the one with the golf course.
I think he was the one who removed that television tax we usually had to pay every year.
Yes, you used to have to pay all kind of
$50 every year on the television.
You had to get a license. In fact, you had to get a license.
Mm-hmm.
The man was progressive, and nobody talk about senior school. I heard one of them said the other day, and the first high school in the country was the Sandy Point one.
No.
The Sandy Point High School and the Bassett Senior School I went on. They were not allowed to write exam at first, you know. I mean, overseas, They didn't write O-levels. They said some Mr. Griffin from Nevis had to force.
I recall Mr. Griffin.
What his name? Archibald lost his job because he was determined that some people like Analda Bailey and they in the school they were bright enough to write overseas
Are we
exams.
talking about Washington Archibald?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, well, you know, it was junior high. And Mr. Archibald said, look, I went to Bassett Senior School from the top 1A1 to 5A1. We wrote LCP, College of Further Education, College of Preceptors. And it is only when we were ready to leave, Auckland Hector, he came from grammar school to teach. And when he said, well, if you all could do that, then you all could do O-level. And they had to go ask and beg and beg and beg and beg. The school was never designed
For
to
that.
write in the O-level. So
All right.
when you hear them dashing, throwing up, I think sometimes people need to do research, you know. Thousands went to that senior school, couldn't read, so they went in, so they came out. Attention was paid to those on the top. Thank God it was on the top. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you hear Mr. Southwell is the one who, in 1961, the Bassett Senior School opened under Mr. Southwell. Other programs he did.
He was an chief minister because Mr. Butcher was at in Trinidad, right?
In Trinidad, and I always say who don't like it too bad. If it did not break up, he wasn't going to come back.
He was with the Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
With the Federation, the attempted Federation.
Yes. So I always tell them, not because he wasn't born here.
Mr.
He did
Southwell?
a start, even when they had the negotiations, because I could give people the facts, there was a commission of inquiry into the sugar industry in 1965. Because by then, most of the estates were making losses, heavy losses. And there was also a scarcity of labor because,
migration.
by then St. Thomas and so open.
Well, there was also an issue because a lot of folks who went to work on the plantation were told, well, you're not one of us. So they migrated.
But I'm talking about in St. Kitts, from the village area.
We're talking about St. Kitts. St. Kitts, yes. A lot of folks were told, you're not one of us. So they migrated to the USVI.
Yeah, well, even so, even those who were one of them, when they look at your parents' work, everybody poor. There seems to be no escape of this poverty.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the revolution in Cuba, the tourism sector moved to the Virgin Islands. And there was a lot of construction. And our people, especially from the village, all the young people who the estate expected to recruit to cut the cane. Man, they jump on Chrissy.
Chrissy, yeah.
Chrissy. What the next one was told them?
Chrissy was more popular.
Yeah, but I think it was two brothers, Chrissy. They're like when they were going to Santo Domingo. They have no idea where they're going. All they know, they're not cutting any cane.
Mm-hmm.
And so they fled. So when they had the commission of inquiry into the sugar industry, it was pointed out that the young people don't want to cut the cane, and two, there are not enough workers in the fields. Mr. Southwell, it is said, he was in favor of closing the sugar industry, but our beloved first hero, national hero,
said no.
Disagreed. Because by then Antigua, which was also sugar producer, had closed it down.
Yes.
And well, he don't want no American dollars and story.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Walters was the premier then in Antigua, and they closed the sugar industry.
Yeah, I'm telling you, come Melbourne is an Antigua. You understand? I'm telling you. And so the people in St. Kitts were bound to the sugar industry.
Mm-hmm.
And they were not getting, their welfare was no better off because the very estates themselves were losing. I have the tables are there. They could go down to the archives, ask to see the Commission of Inquiry, 1965 into the sugar industry. So give me them all the information.
I did say that Mr. Bratcher inherited a dying industry.
But he hung on to it. When he took it, it had passed redemption. All the camps,
we tried Cairo, we tried NACO, or the
when it was a rescue, that's why they call it rescue.
Mission.
National Industrial Rescue Operation.
Mm-hmm.
The price of the sugar itself on the market, just like the sugar factory that Dr. Douglas had. The price of the sugar on the world market was lower than the price of production.
It has been noted that sugar has only been profitable during slavery. All the free labor.
During the World War, it was, they made a lot of profit during the World War because remember, Europe and all of those. It's after that they began to do beet sugar.
Beet?
But the demand for sugar was high when there were wars in Europe.
Okay.
Follow?
Okay.
Yeah, so when I hear them, our people need, and the people of all the parties, got their own mix-up story. Eh? All parties, sometimes I hear them and say, Lord have mercy, why you don't go to the archives? All parties got propaganda and story twist up. Last night on Van Radio, Weber played a tape in which Mr. Sim Daniel and Theodore Hobson. Mm-hmm. Remember, Mr. Hobson was one of the lawyers for the Labour Party.
Ted Hobson.
Ted Hobson. And they were discussing the independence and the events leading up to it. It would be good if, I think it don't play ready. It would have come on 10 o'clock this morning. But okay. if those interested could get to Van Radio and be directed to it. Very interesting. Mr. Daniel spoke about the trouble he had when he decided to join with Dr. Simmons to go into independence. Because remember that Nevis wanted secession.
Secession, that's correct.
You know, and the difficulties he had with his party and some divisions who were not in favor of joining with St. Kitts. So a lot of history out there, you know. But everybody making up their own story.
Okay.
And it would suit all the parties, PAM, Labour, PLP, NRP, and CCM. Do proper research and then put them together so that your people will not be spouting at each other wrong information.
Okay.
All right, then.
Thank you very much for that. I think we do. Are you ready? Are you queued up, sir? All right. We have with us in the studio Mr. Well, I think one of the better, best guitarists in the Federation, going back to the days of Silver Rhythm, Jove. And he's brought his new release for 2023-2024 National Carnival celebration. So you have your song. Talk to your people out there.
Oh, good day, everyone. Good day.
Yeah.
The song is One People, One Federation.
One People, One Federation.
Yeah, that's it.
You give it to the engineer?
Of course.
Are you queued up, sir? We have Joe presenting his new release for 2023-2024 One People, One Federation. Let's hear what you got to say.
Oh, wait.
This is our time for celebrating. One people, one federation. This is our time for celebrating. One people, one federation. We struggle to get away from England, bringing home our agriculture drums of freedom. It was Dr. Simmons NRP journey to England, bringing home with them the mantle of freedom, singing the song Independence Time, independence for us, independence for petitions and division, singing the song yo 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 yo, la 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 mi corazón. When we take a look from where we come from, we also realize it was not easy. After losing our own sugar industry, we had no choice but to venture into the industry. Citizen Dr. Simmons built a road going to nowhere, not knowing it was a road to success. Alexander Hamilton was born in Nevis, and Cecilia Tyson family is from Nevis. The fastest man, Kim Collins, is from St. Kitts, and Marcus Messiah Garvey, Patrick St. Kitts and Nevis. Yo, 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 yo. La, 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 mi corazón. Thanks to you again, Dr. Simmons, for citing the construction of Posante. Sing your song, Lord Ben, let the people because it's our 52nd year of sugar mass. I said let's eat, drink and be merry, because it's 40 years of independence from England. Let's all sing. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Mi corazón, mi corazón, mi corazón, mi corazón, mi corazón, mi corazón.
Yep.
We've had it from
Lord Payne.
Personal Lord Payne.
Personal Lord
And
Payne.
what's the title again?
One people, one federation.
One people, one federation.
People, one federation.
You know that time rehearsal starts next week, Monday at the Band House, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to show up with that or with the music sheets?
Music sheets. Music sheets. This was done by
Because you normally come to the
Yeah,
Band House
yeah,
and
yeah.
play this thing, ding, 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 ding.
yeah, but
We're going to happy to have you in this tent once again. Of course, you are a veteran in the business. And I like the song. We just got off a call with Sylvie Henry talking about independence.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, you brought a song that speaks about still the very same issue. Right?
Yeah.
I like the orchestration, right? The chord is simple but right there.
Right there.
Oy. Me corazón habla español.
Yeah. The corazón is in my heart.
I know.
I know you know, you're Spanish. And you know, la 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 means I love you.
Okay.
So all
Remember
that
the song? La 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 means I love you.
Yeah.
You're on point. Congratulations and once again another great effort and your contribution many years. And I speak to you about I speak of you as being one of the best guitarists I've ever heard in the Federation, around the region.
Yeah.
You were one of the founding members or early members of the Silver Rhythms Combo.
Of course, you got
the
it
guitarist. I remember blues.
Yeah, blues.
I want to compare your talent. I mean, like it's just off the charts.
Yep.
And sadly, entertainment don't pay to that level in saying a veteran like yourself, the Mick Stokes, the late Mick Stokes, the talent we have.
Yep.
But you're still contributing as a Calypsonian, which is not really the Calypsonian per se, in the traditional sense, but you're entertainer. And you come and you make a contribution. So have you been to other stations releasing the song?
Of course, I did it on Freedom FM.
Freedom FM?
That was Saturday with Junior Library.
Okay.
It was very good.
Are you getting any airplay, etc., etc.?
Sure, he did. Of course, we did a good thing. We had a good time there. And yesterday morning with GQ.
Yep.
And he was very, very good with GQ. We even talk about the people so had the seminar.
They training, the workshop?
Yeah, workshop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we talk of that nature. And now I'm here with you. I'm thanking you for giving me the opportunity. I tried to fly, come up here.
Because you were working. You were working at the other end of the country, and you adamant you go to work very early in order to get here. So you made it.
Yeah, I made it.
I appreciate the effort. You love the art form.
Yeah. But I have a next song coming up, so it's just around the corner.
Okay.
And it's we lost with culture or we losing with culture? I will ask
Both
you that question. Richard, we lost with culture or we losing it?
It's continuous. It's we're losing touch with what's fundamentally has been our culture. You ask, okay, I have a song called 2034, which speaks about what would Carnival look like on the 200th anniversary of emancipation, just about 11 years from now, roughly that. It will be totally commercialized, with very little semblance of what it really represents, our celebration of emancipation of from slavery.
Of course.
And so we have a few of the cultural acts throughout the year that we call our culture, the masquerades, the bull, etc. There used to be a lot more.
Of course, we used
but today we have, in terms of music, a lot of computerized stuff that has no semblance of the creativity of our people. I'm happy to see that the steel band has made a resurgence. We have now 8 steel bands taking part in the upcoming competition. Yep. Some like got just a handful for people like country like Trinidad, even Antigua. with a larger population, but we were at some time on par with those countries when it comes to steel band. We're making a resurgence. So even though we would have lost some elements of the traditional Christmas sports, as we call them back then, there is an effort from the Department of Culture to maintain certain things to give us imagery. I had a conversation, I was part of a conversation recently with Pension and Alistair Williams, speaking about in Santo Domingo, the masquerades down there actually came from St. Kitts.
Well,
people went down there, took that there now, and they have embraced it as their own. But it really came from people who went from St. Kitts and took it down there.
Well, their song, we lost the culture, having all those things. You're going to hear it. You're having the things that is not right, that should be right.
Okay.
So we can.
I'm looking forward to hear that. But I like the fact that you mentioned Cicely's title was parented from St. Kitts.
Yeah, because
the fastest man from the world, from Kim Collins.
Yeah. You know,
we got to celebrate these things.
And Dr. Simmons, what?
Dr. Simmons, the first Prime Minister.
What we do?
He built Port Zanton, he built a road to nowhere. That became the word of success.
Well, you know, that was a big issue because, you know, people, I'm not going to say anything on that.
But let me tell you this.
Yes.
He was also called the bridge man. Why? He was looking to build a bridge between St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yes.
And people laugh at these things. He opened up the Southeast Peninsula because there was no access over there for people. You had to go by boat. And it was being built. They call it the road to nowhere.
Yeah.
The next step was a bridge. And they ridiculed him and called him the bridge man.
Yeah. And you see what happened to the road today? It's a road of success.
Not only that,
and
the
prosperity.
CBI program or the passport program on which the country is heavily dependent today was started by him.
Yeah, he had a foresight.
Huh?
He was seen.
The first in the world ever started by him. And that is what is keeping the country's finances buoyant today. I don't have to sing his praises. I lived it, so I know.
Well, of course.
So the road to nowhere that became a word of success. Many in the taxi fraternity are very happy that it's there because all the jobs we get to take the guests over to the beaches. It's a big thing because sometimes we don't get the tours. So that road to nowhere, as aptly described in the song, is a road to success for us.
And prosperity.
And the presented at the bill that people campaigned that they wish a hurricane come and wash it. These are facts.
And it did happen.
People campaigned that they wanted the hurricane to come and wash it away.
And it did.
But when it came, they built it back twice.
Yeah, they built it back. And right now, we thank God. We must
wow.
But thank you again, Socrates.
Yes, I'm going to ask the engineer at the end of the program to play it once again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
There's a report of, are you going back to work?
No.
Okay. Because there's a report of an incident in Old Road in breaking news. I won't go into it at the moment because I don't have the details. I don't have, where you going to? Last Sylvian Henry bag.
No. Okay, that was my bad.
The bag is over here. That is Sylvian Henry bag. She wanted it in
Me hand the bag.
Okay.
Let me move on.
Anyway, we're gonna pause for commercial break at the moment, and then we come back and open the lines. I have a guest coming back, so we're gonna pause to give kudos to our sponsors and come back and see if we can take you our next song until the guests come back. So, sir, downtown.
This is a public service announcement.
Brace yourselves for the ultimate shopping extravaganza that you've been waiting for. Get ready to be blown away because double cashback coupon season has officially landed at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store. Can you feel the excitement in the air? It's that magical time of year when Horsford's paves the way to your dreams by giving away millions in free groceries with every Flex Pay Higher purchase.
Oh wait, there's more to this phenomenal offer.
Hold on to your seats because this is your chance to win an entire year of free groceries through the exhilarating double cashback season, double cashback promotion. Wait, did I mention it's double cashback coupon season at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store? Don't delay, come in today before it's too late and snatch up your double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Are you ready to transform your bedroom into a haven of dreamy comfort and affordable luxury? Well, get ready because Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store Bedroom Set Sales Event is here. We believe that your bedroom should be your sanctuary. And we're making it easier than ever to make that dream a reality. During the entire month of October only, get 20% off all cash purchases on a wide range of exquisite bedroom sets. Hurry in today to Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store and let us help you create the bedroom of your dreams. Don't miss out on this incredible, dreamy comfort, affordable luxury bedroom set sales event and get 20% off all cash purchases, putting comfort and luxury within your reach. Remember, at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store, we make dreams a reality. Don't wait. This event won't last forever. Visit us now. Terms and conditions apply.
Then we've had it from personal Lord Payne Jove, the guitarist, going back to the days of Silver Rhythms fame, and he bought his song called One People, One Culture. I like it, actually. And so one of the Californians from the Legends 10, you'll see when the tent open its doors on the 5th of next month. 6620989 gets you in on the chatter today. We will have heard from Mr. David Pell earlier. He's left to run an errand. I want to speak to the political history of St. Kitts and Nevis, even Anguilla, to the extent that he addresses the leaders and their contribution. And we go straight to the phone lines. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices.
Hi, King. Good afternoon.
With respect, sir. And thank you this morning for that courtesy extended. I'm so very much appreciated.
As always, I know you need to get to the studio.
Appreciate that.
How would I be able to call in if someone don't facilitate you?
Let me see what happened. I
out
came
for you and I realized, like, wow.
I arrived at the circle this morning trying to find a parking spot. I was running kind of late, and there was no place for me to park. And this gentleman on the line actually moved out and told me park here, and I appreciate that. So, yes, thank you once again.
And it is in line with what I'm about to say. It is in line with what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
The emphasis that was placed by the peace officer turned politicians is that our loan out of the four national hero, 5 of them?
5, yes.
Out of the 5, our lone still living national hero. He needs to be put on the pedestal that he deserves. And he needs to be, his brain cells, we know brain cells die, but brain cells, we recalibrate in the sense.
He's still very lucid.
Cells will die and cells will grow.
Yes.
Cells will born. So for what, and I heard for what he did a speech the other day for independence, and the man still has his faculties.
People marvel at that.
And that is what I am saying. I am such a stickler for my elders and my ancestors that I really appreciate the contribution the gentleman made. He made so much emphasis that there's more vigor in the man, our only living national hero, and we need to present him to the nation. As much persons as possible needs to know the man. And that is the honor of our elders. And there's a tree in the square.
Yes.
It's not a baobab tree. But there's an old saying and there's an old adage. When any elder passed, they would say, a great baobab tree has fallen. Because those trees have a lifespan of like 500 years or 5,000 years. You understand? So
yes,
now that we have our baobab tree with us, as the smallest nation, and I think he was trying to get to the date 1883, when the three islands was amalgamated together.
That is correct. 100 years before we achieved independence of St. Kitts and Nevis. Exactly 100 years.
Because we see the sequence with the tree.
Yes.
It has a long history with us, and it always falls on a tree.
1493, Columbus. 1783, the French left.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
1983, independence. 1883, St. Kitts and Nevis were put together by a colonial construct. In the 3s.
Yes. Okay? So, I really appreciate the information that he brought to the fore, and we need to, the education department, I want to reiterate what he said about the education department. They need to take up that challenge. But it would be remiss of me not to mention two things. The last contribution I made on the program, I spoke about when the storm passed and the shed that fell down in the road and Newtown Berry Road. I want to say thanks to Sonny Scott. I don't think he did it all by himself. He was probably asked to do it. But I want to say thanks to for him,
Who was this?
The hammer and the crowbar.
Who was this person?
We call him Sonny Scott.
Sonny Scott.
There's a lot of characters around. His name is, he have another name, but Sonny Scott.
Okay.
Okay, a fisher guy from Newtown. All right, the crowbar and the hammer did the thing. And, and also I met Honorable Jeffrey Hanley, our representative, in the circus, I think it was Thursday or Friday, and I pointed out the tree, one of the palm trees, the royal palm trees that was bare, almost to fall in, and we said, no, we're not going to allow this tree to fall on anyone. And I spoke to a taxi man or two, and they said, oh, Jam don't always talk about it. I said, yes, that's true, but more voices been loaned to the issue, so much the better. And I approach it, and I say, I like to approach things on a diplomatic circle. I spoke to Minister Hanley. He assured me. I did not thought it was being Sunday. I told him I was going to give him a limited amount of time. I was expecting the following Sunday. But lo and behold, I was here in the circus Sunday. I saw the backhoe, the bucket truck came and the backhoe, and I said, yes. So I took a picture of it, and then I drove back through, and lo and behold, the tree has been removed. We're trying to source two palm trees, two royal palm, because there are two vacancies here. To keep the beauty, the ambience of the circus.
Definitely.
A place you and I call home.
Yes, definitely. I'm very happy to hear.
So I just want to say thanks to Mr. Hanley.
The minister. I have a
manner.
message. I have a message to give the minister. I'm happy that you were able to reach him and effect the results in that timely manner to get the tree moved, because it was a health hazard, accident waiting to happen. Tell the minister that Socrates say he owes him a letter.
Yeah.
Tell, since he responded to you, tell tall Jeffrey that Socrates say he owes him a letter, and I'm waiting on it. He will know exactly what I mean.
I remember my challenges. The minister, out of all the politicians, he's the one who reached out to me. I don't know who gave him my number.
Tell him I say,
he wished me well,
If he's taller than I am.
And even though me and him will joke and I say, I did not vote for you, but I'm a community member and we'll work together on that basis.
Tell him that I say, if he's taller than I am, then he don't have to. But if he can't measure up, he owes me a letter.
Maybe he's listening to you or one of his agents is listening.
Tell him if he's longer than me,
like President William Ruto said, they're listening. And we are going to champion the causes of things. One last thing, the King.
Yes, sir.
There is another hazard in the Friars Bay area. I don't know why the public
Friars
works
Bay
does
area,
it.
Friars Bay.
But the public works will go and they will, do some work there. They will even put the gravels in and they will roll it. And they will take forever like now. And then
that's public works.
Because these things are hazard, they're going to have to put more gravels in, because those two patches which the water department did to repair the water leaks, they are there. And no gravels are in them again now.
Okay.
So the public works I am sending out to them and to go and fix over there.
Okay.
Yes, because I know the hand might be full, but for the fact that they went there and put the gravel in and roll it, they were supposed to just go back the next day and put the asphalt
And then
on.
the rain came and washed away the topsoil, so to speak, so they need to readdress it.
And the King, when they're coming from southeast and you're coming down that slope, that's downhill.
Yes. Yes.
You're coming and you're meeting not one, but two.
Okay.
You know, and there's oncoming traffic.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I decided to step up my, modus operandi.
Operandi, yeah.
As I always does in the community.
You speak in Italian, no?
And lend a hand to the administration and to our upkeep.
Okay. There's also, well, thank you very much for that. There's also the issue of the overgrowth and the overhang of trees over there. And I heard a member of the tourism authority speaking about addressing that. If they could find somebody with equipment to go and cut those trees that creates a hazard for the motorized public. We have been rejoined by Mr. David Pell in the interim, sir. We had a call. We have a call line. We had a contribution made by Sylvian Henry, who spoke on the matter that you were addressing, and she was very appreciative of the information you shared. And she gave me, she talked thinking about you have a girlfriend and you try to impregnate her and it didn't happen, and the next man impregnate her. Who's the father of the child? The analogy, Dr. Sibas. If not, call on the line, we're going to take us straight to Mr. Pell. Mr. Pell, welcome back to the studios. And I spoke about you being here earlier, so those who are listening know you're back. And please continue with the presentation.
Yes, sir. Glad to be back, and greetings to everyone who just joined in again. Yes, I just want to make a little correction. Mr. Phillips, Sir Fred Phillips.
Sir Fred, yeah.
Right. Doing some more dig from when I left here because something was on my mind and I received something. Yes, he was actually, let's say if you want to call it, a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, but not actually born here.
Not born here, that's correct.
So it was, you could still consider him as St. Kitts and Nevis, but not a native, but a citizen. Because, back in those days, it was like...
They had the governor of the Leeward Islands, etc., was based in Antigua.
Right. Because Paul Saltwell is from Dominica, actually.
Dominica, yep.
So that's, so I just want to clarify that and clear it up. So there's no misunderstanding, and I don't want to come across as misleading anyone. So I apologize for anyone who might have think I deliberately did something like that, but it's not that.
Fairly said.
So I just want to go on again. And so it's very important for us to recognize these type of facts because, to me, it's very important to know where we're coming from as a nation. I know persons think about where we come from as a people, but, where we come from as a nation is very important as well because the past kind of guide us to the present. But the present
speaks
takes
to
us
our
to the future.
development as a people and what we would have achieved.
Mm-hmm.
So even on the tours that they conduct, we go into our distant past about the impact of slavery, but I focus on the people's development, how we were able to survive, assimilate, and move forward, because today we are one of the freest and more dynamic nations on the planet.
But you see, like so I have to come back some other time, because if we go back, even way back in century, you'd realize St. Kitts was a free country for a long time before the others. That's why it's something I like to use when I'm talking to young persons. Mm-hmm. We have similar history and sometimes maybe identical, but it's not everything is the same. So go back to now where we became independent under our leadership of our national hero, Sir Kennedy Simmons. He not only brought in St. Kitts and Nevis as an independent nation, but he brought in economic development and liberation, if you want to say that. Because from then, you're older than I am.
I know, but I know it because I lived it.
And you should know, before independence and before Dr. Kennedy Simmons and his team came in, the condition under which we used to live.
I know.
And therefore, during that period, there was an economic boom, there was a wealth boom.
Transformation.
But of course. And therefore, a lot of the things that we're benefiting from now is because of him and his team. So, and that is why I'm saying, let us take politics away from it, especially him at this time. Because he has now elevated to a status that he is a symbol of our nation. And it doesn't matter what it is. The others are not here to give their peace. People would have to do that for them. And doing research would find that for them. But at least, just like how you want to give respect to the dead, more respect should give to the live, because he is live and kicking. And therefore, we should try to touch his brain as much as possible, because we're born, we die. And that's a process everyone goes through. We're born, we die, yes, but we have a process of continued age into old age. And we have experiences. Someone who just come do not have as much experience as you. They might have, as you might want to call, academic standard more than you. But when it comes to experience and knowledge of the history of the place, they would have gone on to the research, but you would have had the experience. So who's better?
Said.
You who experienced it. And that is why I'm so behind, we should give that recognition to our national hero, living national hero, to go to our schools, especially our young people, because they are present now as young people, but they're going to be the future. We're going to be in the future as well, but not as active. So don't never forget that will not be a part of the future.
We'll be in the future in every mirror.
Right, we'll be in the future, but in a lesser active and involvement in certain things in life. But that doesn't mean our brain will not be there. And so I want to say, we must give Dr. Kenneth Simmons and his team and the entire sport and entire PAM party their due.
Freest nation.
Because, you know what? Even when you have to look back, even sports. So this is another avenue I'm going through so that we could have our history. Even
Mission
sports,
Atlanta.
right? Sports had a boom during the... I'm just trying to let people see, this is our history. This is what we went through. Before that, there was none of this.
If there was no Mission Atlanta, there would have been a Kim Collins.
You understand what I'm saying? And the opportunity for our young people now would not have been there.
Next time you hear, I want to be able to break down what Mission Atlanta means, what it meant when it was mentioned, and the vision of it.
Yes, sir. And then also, if you remember a lot of construction of schools, how our education system went. And this is because of these people. Now, every political leader, every government has their role, like I said before.
Yes.
To contribute to develop the nation and person, but at the end of it all, it is the companies, the people who
Private
do that.
sector.
But the government create the avenue for it. And during those days, the people's action movement during those days give like a lot of people benefited. A lot of people moved from one level
concessions.
and went up. So you move from one rang of the ladder and went up.
3 years of concessions to the tourism sector, the hoteliers, etc. Right? Lower interest rate orchestrated to the banks because we were transitioning from a monoculture of sugar to tourism. You can't have old, broken down taxis, and so you got to bring in a brand new vehicle, and $1,000 was what you paid for duty. 1,000 EC in St. Vincent today. They're doing that today in St. Vincent. But back then, you could get a brand new vehicle imported, not a used, beat up vehicle from St. Martin, St. Thomas, brand new, and all you paid was $1,000. The hotels, the one in Bird Rock, the one across Central Street, the one was given incentive to build, right? Concessions, because you can't go economy when hotels have to pay all these taxes. And they remove what? Personal income tax. And that money was used to reinvest. Antigua said there's no way you go in a country by removing income tax. Trinidad say it can't happen.
But we did it. We did it with a group of gentlemen who saw what it can do. Then also we had children development of us. We are here because of the system, the transformation with education. Free education. Remember school bus? A lot of islands didn't have school bus like us. You understand where I'm coming from? Free education. We moved from where we had to pay for exams where we didn't have to pay for exams.
So it's nothing new.
It's nothing new.
We're not reinventing the wheel.
No.
Because it's a big thing now.
Right.
But back then, and we paid for exams for our students at UE, etc.
Yeah. And so you realize also infrastructure. You could recall before independence and before the People's Action Movement came in with Dr. Simon and them, what our infrastructure was like. And that is one of the problems with Anguilla, because if people think Nevis had it bad, Anguilla had it worse. And that was one of the fallout, and that is where Dr. Simmons and his team tried to change.
With Webster, one of Webster.
Right, that's it. So, like I said, I don't want to go too much at this time because it's just a short time. Time moves so fast when you're getting out information. But it's just to touch our minds and persons who really want to tell the true story of St. Kitts and Nevis. Let them come and join me as well. Because it's not about politics. It's not about a party. It's about we as a people. We as a nation. And that is what we have to really try to sell. Just like how the Americans are. Some people here now will be proud to tell the history of the United States, but not this history of St. Kitts and Nevis. And that is what I have concern about. And that is why now I'm into politics. I'm trying to let people know as much as possible. Look, this is who we are.
The history of our country,
and we
our
are the people.
Right.
And what we struggle for, even for, you remember we had a lot of manufacturing. We used to make shoes here. You remember that?
Yeah.
We used to make shoes here. So what I'm saying is that, but these things we have to get back. Cost of living, you remember cost of living? People might say time has changed, but you know what? Based on the policies you're having and try not to tax your people as much as possible. Because you know what? Even in those big countries, if people do not have money to spend, the economy will never go around. And that is why the People's Action Movement remove certain things. So people could have more money in their hand to spend. And the money will go around the country and generate. But if you have too much, yes, you have a lot of taxes. But if people, businesses cannot come in to pay tax, then you have nothing collecting. But if you have less tax and you have more people,
you must incentivize the business community.
But of course, and that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I mentioned when the concessions were given to them to better invest.
Right. And so you realize the conditions then, and was much better. Even if you want to talk about crime, we have a problem with crime now. I could recall the days when maybe every 2 years we have one murder. Remember those days? Mm-hmm. And it's because of what? The police then somewhat had like this is the police force, the commissioner, you're in charge of the police force. Administrative wise, providing money and so forth, okay, this is the government function, because that's the government function. Mm-hmm. But the police had to be police. And over the years, we realized things has changed. Things has changed that even sometimes some persons will say, well, we're going to go to this person so they could talk to the police. But I coming from the policing background. Mm-hmm. And I know the police act in and out very good. I know you had some amendments to it. And I know what the Constitution says about the police. The police is an independent person charged with the duty to enforce the laws of St. Kitts and Nevis. The Commissioner of Police is the chief law enforcement officer. The Attorney General, yes, he's the chief, if you want to say, legal mind. Mm-hmm. And the DPP is an independent person. So even though he's employed by the government, he can bring cases against the government for and on behalf of the public. That is why he's named Director of Public Prosecution. Mm-hmm. So these things I want. And you remember Nazibu Butler?
Of course.
You remember when he brought a case against the police? You remember that?
Nasty boots.
Right? But what I'm saying, these are the days when back then, even though it was kind of new because people, nobody's going to win a case against the government and the police. But he realized something and he brought a case against the police because what happened, the evidence was there. So what I'm saying as well is that we have to be careful to make sure we tell our story and tell it well. Because at the end of it all, if our society is failing, yes, it is all of us failing. If our country is not bringing in the benefits, it is our people. And you know something?
And developing properly.
But of course, and you know something? We can go right back where we started. Because sometimes if we do not remember our past and try not to live it, and sometimes, let me go this way to say what I'm talking about. Mm. Be it as it may, as you want to talk about even China or India, you see how powerful those countries are today? Because what happened? Something in the past happened to them just similar to us with this slave trade. But we are here now, this is our country now. And they decide that will never happen to us again. And they focus on developing themselves and their country. That today, India and China, most populous in the world, but also now coming the new powerhouses economically, financially, and even to a certain extent, militarily.
Mr. David Perel, we're going to have to invite you back. We can come back, so we let the public know that you'll be due back, and they'll be prepared to engage you with questionnaires. We're not questioning, but engage you in the discussion. We got 29 minutes down past the 1 o'clock, and we close things up at 1:30. Unfortunately, it was planned for you to be here for the entirety of the program, but we had other persons to contribute, and you had to and we want you back. We want you back. I don't know if Friday is good for you. I'm due back on Friday. If you can come in on Friday and we continue this discussion, it has been interrupted because of time. But if people out there know that you'll be back on a given day, I'm pretty sure they'll be happy to log on and engage you, dispute whatever the thing that you may present it as not accurate, and that'll be very healthy for the national debate of the Federation. Unfortunately, we are out of time, and this is one of the better programs I've been able to host for a long time, so I'm looking forward to when you can come in. We can designate that entire program to you. Just take a few seconds to wrap up because we're out of time.
Okay, thank you very much again, Mr. Socrates, and thank you very much to the listening audience and the great people of Constituency 7. It was a pleasure being here to share the information because a lot of us was short of this information, and our young ones. And we are looking forward to make our country great again and prosperous for all of us. This Friday might be a rough one. For now, I will give you a call and let you know.
Just say when.
So for now, I will say next week, Wednesday, will be a better time for me.
Okay.
Yes. So thank you very much, everyone. God bless you all. God bless St. Kitts and Nevis. God bless Constituency 7.
And then continue to enjoy the rest of Wednesday. And always remember tomorrow is a much brighter day. Peace, love, and a much brighter tomorrow.
Horseman's Value Mart IGA specials running October 5th through the 18th. The more you shop, the more you save. For the month of October, get double points on dairy and grocery non-food items. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Act 2 popcorn, $6.99. Essential Everyday Barbecue sauces, $5.99. Sunny Delights